I want you to forget everything you think you know about Christmas. Because we're going to go on a journey to experience the Christmas story afresh. Okay?
So how are we going to do that?
I'm so glad you asked. Okay. We're going to use one of the most important and powerful God-given thing that we have. Our imagination.
Yes.
Because guys, our imagination is not child's play. It is not a toy. It is a tool.
A tool.
And we're going to each of us use it today to take this journey together. Okay? Sounds good?
Yes, very good.
Okay,
Put on your imagination cap. Okay,
yes, so I'll be your humble tour guide. So you need to respond as I guide. And whenever you see like words on the screen, I need all of us to read it out loud together.
Yes.
Okay? And throughout, please feel free to respond. And I know I'm very short, so if you can't see me, you can stand up and get somewhere, because you know how you're on the road, people say, hey, your father's road. Well, this is your father's house.
Yes, come on.
So you can stand anywhere. You can stand here right next to me, no problem. Okay?
That's right.
All right. Okay.
Yes.
Looks like we're ready. Are we ready? Are we
Yes,
excited?
we are.
All right. Awesome. Great. Okay. Now, to understand the Christmas story, we have to start in the beginning. Not when Mary and Joseph is trying to look for a room.
No.
No.
Okay.
Because that would be like watching a movie 3/4 in. Would you do that?
No.
No. We have to start in the beginning. In the beginning is where we start.
In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God. The Word became flesh and made his dwelling among us. In the beginning, the earth was formless and empty, and darkness covered the deep waters. God started to create a place for us, to be with us. Everything is perfect. That's the context in which the human heart was created. In the perfection of the Garden of Eden.
You didn't think we're going to show you everything, right? I did say we're going to use our imagination. Okay, so imagine. In the perfection of the Garden of Eden is the context in which our human heart was created. Get that? So Adam and Eve lived in this perfect place, perfectly connected with each other. No misunderstanding, no miscommunication. Can you imagine that, married couples? Perfect place. And you know what? Someone's really enjoying this. You know what? They were completely naked and they felt no shame. Can you imagine that? Being completely naked right now? No. And you know what? They had this perfect relationship with God who walked with them in the garden. And they had nobody else's opinion to contend with but God's. Can you imagine that? You don't have to care what the other person's thinking about you right now. You don't care what I have to think about you right now. Nobody else's opinion but God's. Wow. There is no death, no pain, no grief, no disappointment, no fear. What else? What else is in this garden? What wouldn't exist in this garden? No sickness, no cancer, no death, no hunger, no confusion, no injustice. Come on, guys, use your imagination. No selfishness. I love that. No selfishness. No white hair. No wrinkles, no cellulite, no fats. Come on. What? No junk food, because everything will be yummy. You don't need junk food. Everything. What else? Come on, come on, come on. No knee pain. Oh man, I feel you. No back pain, no even no period cramps, no nothing. No walls. Come on. No money. We don't need money. You are right, because there's perfect provision. Okay, one more. Come on. No shame. I love that. No depression. No fear of the future. No anxiety. Can you imagine a place like that? And it's so much better than that. Right? But, so, for any relationship to be really true, there needs to be trust. So God had to create an opportunity for... Yes, that's the easy one, come on. God had to create an opportunity for... You got the memo, right? This is a team effort. Okay. Trying, okay. So God had to create an opportunity for trust. Okay, we can do this one more time. God had to create an opportunity for... All right. Thought we'd be here till New Year's. Okay. So God had to create an opportunity for trust. So he told Adam, you can eat from any tree from this garden except for the tree of the knowledge of good and evil. No biggie, right? No problem. So many other trees to pick from. All right, by the way, any one of you here love superhero movies? Okay. For any superhero movie to be a superhero movie, there needs to be a superhero and a villain. You're getting it, thank you. A villain. Where do you think we got the idea from? Why do you think we're so drawn to the fight of good and evil in movies, in superhero movies? Because it's in our origin story right here. Right? So back to the story. Enter the OG villain. Someone please give me a sound effect. Bum, 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 bum. That's right. Enter this villain. This serpent enemy slithered to Eve and pointed out the only thing that God asked them to trust him on. And then the forbidden fruit became the only thing they could think of. By the way, doesn't this sound very human? When we see a fault or a problem, that's the only thing we can see, even though there's so much good around us. Okay, so back to the story. So, the forbidden fruit was magnified in their minds, and they could only think of that. So what did they do? They ate the fruit. Thank you. Let's do it again. They ate the fruit. Dun dun dun. Fum fum fum. Trust was broken between God. Trust was broken between each other. Perfection was destroyed. Sin entered the world, and its consequences is death. Oh, they know they messed up. They messed up badly, epically. They felt, you know what they felt? They felt shame and guilt for the very first time. So you know what they did? They hide. But you know what God did? He came. Yes, he searched. He came looking for them. And what did he say? Let's see. Let's go together. Yeah. Except I don't think he said it like that. I think he said it, where are you? I want to be with you. I created this place for you. Why are you hiding? Can you imagine the ache in his heart? What did he ask next? What did he ask next? Who told you were naked? Why didn't you trust me? Why did you listen to another's voice? Can you hear the pain in his voice? What's his last question? It wasn't, what have you done? What have you done? Now we can't be together. We have to be separated. Can you feel his heart shattering? This is what happens next. Let's go. Together now. You see that word banished? I used to think it was a punishment. It sounded so harsh. You're banished. But it wasn't punishment. It was protection. It was an act of love. If they had stayed in the garden and ate from the tree of life, they would have lived forever and be separated from God forever. He could not bear the thought of that, so he had to drive them out and begin the redemptive story to bring us back. Everybody, just take a breath. Okay. Now, because of this separation, we don't live in this Garden of Eden anymore, right? But we have perfection, the picture of perfection etched into the very DNA of our souls. That is why, you guys, that is why we strive and we chase and we desire to be perfect here. We want things to be perfect, right? Anybody else? Right? We want perfection. We want things to be perfect. But we have been disappointed, haven't we? Is that feeling of life should be better than this. Correct. People should be better than they are. We should be better than we are. Absolutely. And I love how, I really love how this lady puts it. The piercing angst of disappointment in everything on this side of eternity creates a discontent with this world and pushes us to long for God himself and for the place where we will finally walk in the garden with him again. That's Lisa Turquoise. Is anyone here disappointed? See, now we know why. Disappointment is God's way of leading us home in the perfection of the Garden of Eden, where our deepest longing can ever only truly be perfectly fulfilled when we are with him. So, okay, we're separated. How can this separation ever end? Because a perfect man would have to die, sacrifice, so that he can bridge the gap, right? That this sin that separates us, penalty needs to be paid for the sin that separates us from God. So perfect man needs to do this. But who on earth is perfect? No one. And that's why God had to do this. He had to do this. Sorry, I know this is crazy, but this is crazy. This is what God did. Excuse me, thank you, you'll be fine. This is what God did. It's crazy, right? This is unorthodox. Why would someone up there, not that I was in a very great place, but imagine God in this highest heaven, having everything coming down and squeezing himself in the middle just to be with us. Okay, let's have a look. What's next? Together, please. Do you know what Emmanuel means? God with us. This is Christmas. Jesus Christ came down from heaven, took the form of a man to be with us literally. Do you see that? Okay, what's next? Let's go make someone else uncomfortable now. What's next? What's next? For we, thank you. Do you see? He took the form of a man, born as a baby, went through everything we went through, suffered and tempted in every single way, so that whenever we feel that no one really understands, no one sees us, no one feels us, Jesus is saying, I understand. I see you, I feel you, and I am here with you. What a God. Okay, now, climax. Now, this is a traditional Christmas story. Imagine with me, please. Joseph and Mary, who's heavily pregnant, arrives at Bethlehem after a long journey, okay? And then, what does the Bible say? Do you know the significance of firstborn son, swaddling cloths, and manger? I tell you. Don't worry. I got you. Traditionally, under Jewish law, the firstborn male, unblemished lamb is considered sacred. They were set aside to be sacrificed as a penalty for sin. They would be wrapped up in swaddling cloths and placed in a manger to protect them before the sacrifice. Jesus was born this way as a baby, wrapped in swaddling cloths, placed in a manger, destined to be Do you see? Do you see that there is nothing our God would not do to be with us? That's the God we're worshiping today. One more. This is the last one, you guys. Come on, say it with gusto. Because of Jesus, our deepest disappointment will no longer end. Our deepest longing will no longer end in disappointment, but in a promise that goes beyond this life into the eternal reality with Him, where we walk with Him in the garden again. Do you see that the Christmas story is actually a love story? A love story of a God who would do absolutely anything to be with us. Isn't He worthy of being worshipped?